People talking to people and being exposed to different possibilities, ideas, and realities create social change. I believe exposure generates understanding. Disability is not a life we would have chosen for our son or our family, but it's a life course that over time we've learnt to accept, embrace, and can now celebrate with milestones and achievements. The motivation to become a change agent for my son came about with the situation we were in. I was in a space where I desperately wanted a better future for my son and my family and myself. I happened to come across some people who were able to turn my concept of what my son could be upside down. Once I saw there was a better way, there was no stopping me, because these people were able to help me with their shared stories. Working on inclusion has been just our complete focus for the last 2 years, and it has paid dividends amazingly, 100 times over in the changes we've seen in our son, our family life. Our world's getting bigger again, and it's a place that we love being in. We basically took him out of his special needs school, and at the age of 8, almost 9, and he was put into a mainstream classroom. We have dismantled his respite. We have changed the way we deal with the funding given by the government to individualised funding, so that we can focus on his needs and our family needs in terms of supporting him and giving him the life that we want him to lead. Also, this would not come about unless I had met people who had stories that inspired me, stories that changed lives, and they were able to help me change my son's life and my family's life and my own, because we suddenly had a better way of doing things. It's not an easy way of doing things. It requires you to basically confront the way people do things at the moment and say, hold on, there's a better way. There's no I can't, he can't, we can't. It's not about resources. It's not about it's nothing but mental blocks in people's heads about a better way. And once you show them there is a better way and they can do it, it can be done. I now take the time to invest in the system, to feed back to the system, to look at a better way of doing things, and to figure out what barriers are stopping us from moving forward and looking at solutions. And if I can't solve it myself, delving into the network of people that I've met along the way to say, is there something you can suggest that we can help resolve this? And sharing stories and experiences is the key to social change.
My sister has a very strong and determined personality, and for the better part of 5 years she chose not to leave her house going beyond the letterbox. For our family, it's incredibly important that Katie is a valued and active member of her community. So, we had to think outside of the boundaries put in place by Katie's thinking and get proactive. And so, Katie's Art was born. Today, Katie is the sole shareholder in Gosford Investments Limited, trading as Katie's Art for Hire. This year, Katie has hosted 3 art exhibitions in her own home where over 40 people have visited. She has sold cards, t-shirts and prints from her own website and at conferences across New Zealand and Australia. Katie has her own business cards, branded notepads and pens. Her artwork has been hired and prints purchased. She is attracting fans from all over the world that follow her on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Sue and this is Neil. We're Katie's parents and we've just come back from an absolutely fabulous evening. Katie's hosted a cocktail evening as part of a progressive dinner for the IIDL, which is the International Disability Leadership Exchange and Conference going on in New Zealand at the moment. And at the same time that she hosted the cocktail evening, she exhibited her art for the first time. And I have to say, probably amazing reviews from the people who attended the cocktail evening.
Yeah, they were very impressed. And it really was wonderful to see it, and truly reflective on what she's done over a number of years.
5.5 years ago, Katie indicated that she was ready to leave school well before we were prepared, to be honest. And so we thought it was time for Katie to move on with her adult life. And at the age of 21, we held her 21st birthday at the family home. And we moved out of the family home and shifted round to the property we're living in here. And Katie stayed living in the family home. When I look at the painting of the butterfly, for me, it's symbolic of the changes that a butterfly goes through to get to be a butterfly. You know, there are some real struggles there sitting for Katie.
For Katie, I think it's about demonstrating to Katie that there are people around who are interested in her, who want to share in her life, that she can host, that she's been successfully able to invite strangers into her home and to receive them well and to entertain them, and that people want to come and want to be part of her life. And we're hoping this could be the first of many opportunities for Katie too.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon from Sydney, Australia, and I just was drawn to this just because it was just light and sunshine. I've only seen a few already, but it's a unique style that uses vibrant colours, which often isn't seen in art sometimes in Australia. So I think we need to be reminded of these.
And art's something that Katie does by herself. It's not like it's not something that she just does because someone else tells her to do it as well. The other cool thing about Katie's art especially is the way that it's moved on from now on. So she's done quite a few really, really good pieces, and they're now part of t-shirts, which I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you can see the back of that one there.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if Katie sold 1 million butterfly cards? She'd be a millionaire. Actually. Why not have that as an ambition, that she would no longer be reliant on a disability allowance?
When she's in the right frame of mind, when she's in a happy state, she does. She absolutely enjoys, people looking at her artwork. Yes. And she loves taking photos too. She loves taking photos. There she is. She wants to take a photo of Rob.
Yes. So we've got about another 10 minutes. Go. So Alison, was there a favourite piece of artwork that
Great, Katie, thank you.
because it's using Katie's passion. It's something that she really enjoys doing. It's obviously a marketable product. She's just sold $50 worth of product at the art exhibition this evening.
We just had a very famous New Zealand artist pass away, and many politicians and people have talked about how he would never explain his art. He would never tell them what it was about and what it meant and what it said. They had to figure that out for themselves. And Katie's almost identical to that. You know, she leaves her art to speak for itself.
Because she doesn't want to sell the originals, it's what can we do with this artwork that would get it out to a wider audience, to an international audience, but yet hold it true to Katie as an artist. And from what I can see, I mean, her artwork is as good, if not better, than a lot of artists who are out there selling their prints, selling their work.
And she's always surprised us with what she can achieve with the support that she's been given. And so suddenly maybe it's time to sort of up the bar again.
You're pretty good hostess now.
I think you're making us
aren't
very
you?
welcome.
Katie, it's 7 o'clock. We have to go in our cars now. Your visitors have to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Really nice.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you.
I go.
When you have a family member with autism, you can actually get sucked into the special. And what keeps us on track when life gets tough for Kate, and sometimes she is challenged by what happens to her in life, we come back to the statement, what's good and ordinary? Because that's what we're aiming for Katie.